It's Do It or Ditch It time, our favorite time of the week where we discuss whether or not something is worth doing or giving up entirely, perhaps even updating to a certain degree. And today, it's all about Journey into Imagination with Figment at EPCOT in Walt Disney World, a attraction that is steeped in lots of different opinion and definitely a polarizing topic, as we came to find with various different polls that we took. But you'll see here that on Facebook we asked, is this a part of your EPCOT trip? And 68% said, yes, it's wonderful. 32% said, no, update it or replace it. Now, over on Instagram, 84% said they always do this on their EPCOT trip. 16%, of course, saying, yep, nope, never. But this is something that over the course of time, I've witnessed create a lot of friction among park guests and among various fans of Walt Disney World and EPCOT. This is an attraction that has quite a history to it, was once an attraction in a very different form. With Figment also came a character called Dreamfinder. Dreamfinder was Figment's basically human counterpart. And Dreamfinder was a big part of the attraction in the beginning. Then I think we're two versions in now of a different ride, right? Two versions since.
That's the second version of the updated ride, yes.
Yeah. And now the question is, with EPCOT's whole sort of renovation and EPCOT's overhaul, will Journey into Imagination, even though nothing's been said, will it remain as how we know it, or will it change or be gotten rid of entirely? What do you guys think?
I want to say they should update it.
Are you a ditch it type of
But
person?
I'm a do it.
Oh, okay.
I love writing that ride. I think every time we go to Epcot, we have to write it. And there's usually 5-minute wait or something. And we get our own row to ourselves. And it's the best. You don't get crammed in anything. And it's always just a fun little ride. I love Figment. And I love when you go into his imagination and see his house and he's upside down. I don't know. It's always a fun ride. I don't know. It definitely needs updating though.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of I got to do it every time, but it also needs to be updated.
Yeah.
It's the reason I do it every time is not for what I'm looking at necessarily, not for the amazing technology, anything like that. It's honestly the song. Mm-hmm. It's the music.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to be able to go on that attraction in its, primary or in its original form. And it's a shell of what it used to be. I mean, it really is. And,
a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah. And Dreamfinder was an incredible character that they just threw away.
Yeah.
Now, as you said, they haven't announced anything yet, but I think it would be incredibly foolish to update all of EPCOT and not update the mascot. I mean, come on. He's the mascot of EPCOT.
Little purple dragon.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, he's on everything. You have to update that ride. I don't hate it, but it's so sad when I think about it because of everything that it could have been and how they really threw away the heart of it.
Yeah.
In a way. It is if you want to think of the original version of California Adventure, how kind of corporate that was.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly what this ride is now. It's the corporifying, this is the corporate people getting in Creative's way. And they need to realize at this point, let's give it back to Creative because we know they can do something incredible.
Yeah.
It's how can you Disney is the best at coming up with just these off the wall crazy technology ideas. How could they not make a ride based on imagination? That just seems like blue sky for them.
Sure.
So again, do it 100%, do it, especially because of the song, the history of EPCOT, but also 100% it's got to be updated. So
they have so much new technology that they can utilize to make everybody just be astounded and like actually make them use their imagination.
Yeah, imagine
it's in
what
the
that
song.
could look like. Yeah, absolutely. No, you got that right. Well, let's take a look at some of the comments that some of our Kingdom team ended up leaving for us under this poll. Sandy says she loves this ride and Figment and is usually their first ride for her family when they come to Epcot. Sharon says that she wishes it would go back to the original with the Dreamfinder and the Imagination song. Brandon says, I skip this attraction every trip to Walt Disney World because it feels cheap. The only good thing about this pavilion is the second floor, which is a break room for Disney Vacation Club members. And then Marley says, I love Figgy, but the current version seems a bit watered down. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. I remember being completely elated when I was a kid riding the old one. I feel like they can do a lot better with this attraction. All that said, this is a ride that I never miss. And we make sure that we go every trip. P.S. Bring back the Rainbow Tunnel, which used to be a big part of the Imagination Pavilion as well. Kurt, why don't we jump over to you? When you go out to Epcot and Walt Disney World, is this a do it or ditch it attraction?
I think I'm sharing the same opinion. The ride, the music is just so wholesome. Like I have to do it. I would love for them to update it as well. I mean, either way, I'm going to go on the ride if they don't update it or not. But I would really like to see them update it, more technology, and just make it what the ride is all about.
I don't disagree with that. Imagine what could be done. You're absolutely right. As you guys have made this point, imagine what could be done with new technology and the sake of imagination. This should be the star pavilion for a place like Epcot and for a place like Disney. The Imagination Pavilion should shine brighter than any pavilion they have in a theme park. And why don't we take a gander at what Garrett from Journey to Imagination out there in Walt Disney World, our reporter, has to say. He's live at Epcot, pre-recorded. Live, if you will, to share with us exactly what he thinks when it comes to this attraction.
In the words of Wade, it is do it or ditch it time, folks, and I'm in front of Journey into the Imagination with Figment. Now, for me, there's only one option. Hello, folks. For me, there's only do it. You have to do Figment, even though it has the most annoying song in the world. Figment is just a hallmark of Epcot. Granted, it's changed a lot since they got rid of Dreamfinder, but Figment, it's a cute ride. It needs a lot of TLC. It needs a lot of love, just because it looks a little dated and stuff, but the theme song, Imagination, it's annoying, but you love it. It's just a staple of what Epcot is. And in the rumor mill, there's always the thought that, oh, Figment's part of the Imagination. That ties into like Bing Bong and the characters from Inside Out. So in the future, will they remaster this and add some Inside Out to it, add some of the intellectual property? Who knows? But for me, I love Figment. It's a cute ride. It always makes me smile. And right now, if you look, there's a 30-minute line over there. Figment's definitely getting some love today. And how could you not love that friendly dragon? I don't know, he's just a lovable guy. I think it'd be great if in the future they one day have a meet and greet with him or something. That'd be, I think, kind of cute, or at least special occasions, or maybe bring back Dreamfinder. Who knows? But I'm doing it every time. Figment is my man. Purple Dragon for the win. Figmenteers, that's what we're going to call ourselves. Like, you got the Mouseketeers. Figmenteers, unite. Yeah.
So not only does he say do it, but on top of that, a 30-minute wait for this attraction. This was a couple days ago, obviously, when he was able to record this and speak about it. But 30 minutes, I don't remember the last time I saw a 30-minute wait for Journey into Imagination. Usually it's 5 minutes, walk on. I almost never have to wait, just walk right in.
Yeah.
But it shows that there's still some staying power with this attraction from time to time. You see moments like that and you think, all right, well, people still like it.
Yeah.
You know, people still, definitely gravitate towards it.
Yeah, there's something about it, and I can't disagree with some of our listeners and watchers. The ride feels cheap, but at the same time, I want to go and do it. I do want to say real quick that even though I want them to update it, there were rumors going around that Inside Out might be a part of this reimagining. I love Inside Out. That's a great, fantastic movie that children should watch, adults should watch. It actually can help you understand how your brain works in a weird kind of way. Don't put it in Epcot.
Can Bing Bong be the Dreamfinder?
No. I want the Dreamfinder, and I want Figment, and I want joy and sadness to go do their emotions elsewhere. So anyway, that's one last thing I wanted to say. But
well, imagine getting Bing Bong and Figment into the same attraction. I mean, they look kind of similar too. There's a purple nature to the two of them.
That's honestly something that I thought about. Would they combine Figment and Inside Out? I don't know. I wonder if they would.
Really stupid. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense why they would combine like a Pixar movie and then this classic attraction into one, and I feel like they're double dipping, which they shouldn't. They should either bring back the Dreamfinder or reimagine it just to promote Figment, because it's on all of their merchandise. Every time they promote something, food and wine, everything, they always blast Figment. So you need to honor Figment and just leave him and make him the star.
Give him the epic
Inside
attraction
Out, you know?
he finally deserves.
Yeah, make another attraction for Inside Out, because I would love that. But don't put them together.
Don't crossbreed.
No, it's not worth it.
No, none of that mixing. Well, overall, it sounds like the do-its have it. I'm definitely a do-it person when it comes to Journey into Imagination with Figment. There's something very special about this attraction, and something that always makes you feel good. You walk away always feeling good, even though there is some cheap sort of ploys within the attraction. And Dr. Nigel Channing, who is a big part of the open house story of this from the Imagination Institute, he might be the most annoying theme park character ever created in my mind. Even though he really bothers me, I do enjoy Figment. I like the concept of the open house. They did what they could with it. But I definitely think Imagination in a place like Disney, period, should have one of the greatest, most spectacular attractions ever created.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about when they turn him into the moon?
It's the worst part.
Yeah. I mean, it's so silly, but I love the ending
part.
when
It's the worst
part.
Figment's like,
That's the worst part.
like blast.
I can't stand that part. You want to talk about the most creepy,
silly.
weird part? Yeah.
It's when he turns into a moon. He's very happy.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like just like singing to
He's
you.
One little spark.
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, he's
It's
finally
Nigel
given
Channing.
in. Yeah. Terrible.
That's my favorite part of the ride.
I'm glad you enjoy it. So they did it for you, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, Tyler's coming in.
Missed the
Get
boat
that
on me.
moon.
Yep. Right.
I like that part too.
You do.
Thank you,
yeah.
Kurt.
So
Tyler
does
and
Tim.
Kurt will like this.
I love everybody
Yeah.
screaming at the end with the air compressors, and like when Figment says like at the end like whatever, it's a
Imagination's a blast.
blast. And then everybody's like, "Bah!" And then I'm like,
That is pretty
how
good.
many times have you ridden this ride? It's adorable. Anyway.
Well, it sounds like overall the do-its have it for Journey into Imagination with Figment at EPCOT in Walt Disney World.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.